We respectfully request the Sangha great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung kính Đại Đức Tặng Tình, vì thứ pháp vui cấp nhất thiết chúng sanh, thịnh chuyên diệu phạm luân giáo đạo hạ môn, như há liêu sanh thoát tư ly khổ đạc lạc, tất chứng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Nam mô Sa Nan Chu Sư Chế Đô Ye A La Hư Đi San Miao San Pu Tô Xie. Nam mô Tát Đắc Tha Tu Ya Đà Ya A La Ha Đề Tam Miệu Tam Bồ Đà Toa. The unsurpassed, profound and subtle and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million eons is difficult to encounter. Now that I'm able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one true and actual doctrines. Wu shang sheng sheng wei miao fa bai jian, 万劫难遭遇，我今见闻得受持，愿解如来真实义。O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master Sutra, Great Master Xinhua, all good monks and nuns and all good advisors of me to fall. 诸佛菩萨、智者大师、师父上人、各位出家人、各位善知识、弥陀佛。Chư Phật Bồ Tát kính thưa trí giả đại sư Thượng Thiên Hoa, quý thầy cô Phật và quý vị thiện sư Thích Ca Di Đà Phật. Hello everyone, today is the 11th of May. Now, the 10th of May, 2025, we're here at Vimalakirti Temple to discuss the Vimalakirti Sutra. Thank you for joining us. We're right now on slide 242 of the chapter number 1. It's talking about the 32,000 bodhisattvas in attendance. They're actually mahasattvas, they're not ordinary bodhisattvas. Bodhisattvas basically have two kinds, actually three kinds you ask me. The lowest level are sort of like a burden. Middle level are trainable. Number 3 are these, where they actually are difference makers in the world. Okay? Okay, let's jump right into it. Bodhisattva net illumination.
明往菩萨
Okay, 243, slide number. So how does one, how did he get here? And this Bodhisattva net illumination, he contemplate the proper and of the contemplative brightness of wisdom, net of the nature of the mind. Okay, it's a handful. Basically, this is what they do. They contemplate in order to open their profound wisdom. So that's why I meant by 3 different kinds of bodhisattvas. The lowest level bodhisattva is a bunch of really burdens. They really are classified there, but they really can't do anything. They're too stupid to really understand anything, and they think they're special. And number 2, the ones that are actually useful, but they're lazy. They think they're special. They can do as they please. And number 3 are the ones who actually are making a difference because they have true wisdom. They can do these type of contemplations to open the wisdom. And what do? They do these in order to have this net. They contemplate this wisdom net. The nature of your mind, your true mind, is like a net. Okay, a wisdom net. Wisdom net is the net that's a wisdom that is able to handle all the different types of afflictions of living beings. And here in this context, I got some help from my Chinese disciples. I did some research, and we found that Master Jizang is one of the authors explains about this. I find him to be useful. He says this bright net, bodhisattva here, the name here, refers to one who holds a net of light and radiating brilliance. So apparently he holds a net that radiates lights, very bright lights. That's what he does. So sometimes these people hold things to sort of signal to the low-level people what they do. The peers know them already. They don't need to do anything. However, it's the low-level people who are so stupid. They think they're special. That's why they have to show these different clues for them to open their mind, okay, and understand the limitations. Next, 244. Master Chandran, another one that we also found commentaries on this sutra here, and that pertains to the pertinent information. He says the Bodhisattva net illumination or brightness to net is so called because it directly reveals the true mind, which is inherent and present in all Buddhas. Okay, and so this net illumination here actually is a clue to the nature of our true mind. Our true mind is a net of brightness. All right? It demonstrates mutual inclusivity of ordinary beings and sages, much like illumination of the emperor's net, where both great and small are encompassed. Okay, and so the wisdom of the great bodhisattvas and the Buddhas is a kind of wisdom that is inclusive. It does not reject. It does not, for example, it does not reject evil. It does not reject anything at all. It includes all living beings. Whether it's evil, they're good, they're lowly, or they're advanced, they're all included in our inherent wisdom. Okay, and not only lowly, but also there is a way that has always been for people with great wisdom, and it's a natural state of mind of great wisdom. Again, think about it. Your mind is not quite there yet, then you still have a lot of work to do. We still have a lot of work to do. And this is why we're learning from Master Chucha, who says these beings got there through this contemplation technology. You don't hear this from regular Dharma masters. Only great Master Chucha would have this kind of insights. So he's a very special kind of Dharma master that rarely occurs, happens in the world. In our Western world, in our small world of the West here, we have one great master by the name of Master Shenhua, and after that, it goes downhill. Okay. Whereas in China, they have centuries, they have thousands of years of flourishing Mahayana, where it was the case because they have Mahasattvas appear in the world. Mahasattvas who are even higher level of wisdom than Master Shenhua. For us, Master Shenhua is all that we deserve. Because if they send anyone higher, we're not ready for it yet. Okay? For example, even when Master Shenhua came here 50 years ago in the U.S., he had to teach the hippies and low-level people, and that's why it shows in the quality of the questions that were asked of him on the material that was lectured. Now comes your age where we need to go into certain teaching and a lot more advanced teachings that Master Shenhua never had a chance to teach. Not that he doesn't know, it's just that there's no need for it. You don't bestow the Dharma unless it helps. Okay, next. 245, Bodhisattva contemplating the unconditioned.
无缘观菩萨
Okay, what does he do? This Bodhisattva, Mahasattva here, he contemplates how he got his title, his position. He contemplates the nature of the mind. And what about this nature of this mind here, the true mind, your true mind? When your cultivation is true, the substance manifests. Okay, we're beyond 42 hands and eyes. We're beyond Charanga mantra. We're beyond any dharma they've been transmitted to you. This is why you are where you are, and there are Mahasattvas. Okay, what do they do? They cultivate truthfulness. They cultivate being true. There's no pretense here. Okay, when your cultivation is true, meaning you really cultivate truthfulness. You don't manipulate. You don't fake it to get your way. And that's true. Okay? Then your true substance, your Buddha substance, your intrinsic substance will manifest. Okay? And when your substance manifests, he goes on, he says, then he stays in the unconditioned, no thoughts. You come to him, unconditioned meaning that he depends on nothing whatsoever. He does not need temples. He does not need disciples. He does not need money. He needs nothing whatsoever. He needs no adoration. He needs no recognition. Okay? Zero dependency. What else? He does not give rise to thoughts. This is what happens. Our heads are still full of thoughts because we still react to the outside world. In his state, he has no more reactions to external stimuli. He still while constantly contemplate. So he contemplate the nature of the mind. He said, okay, I know. He knows this mind already. He saw this mind already. He says, this is my true mind. This is my Buddha mind here. Okay? After he sees it, like many of you lowly people, you see your mind already? You think you're special? No. You're nothing. He still look at his mind and say, okay, this is my true mind. Aha! Okay? And then, after that, he stays in the true. He seeks nothing from anyone. He depends on no one whatsoever. Okay? When he stays in the true there, then more of his Buddha nature becomes clearer to him. Unlike you idiots, I told you get to 1, 2 G's, oh, I'm so special. No, you're not. You're just a baby. And so he depends on nothing, and nothing can provoke him, and he's still in the midst of the turmoil, in the midst of the tariffs, in the midst of all this garbage that's floating around the world. Okay? He's still. He doesn't move. Okay? Whereas here, in our little world, I frown and you say, what? He doesn't like me. I praise you, you say, oh, Master loves me. Yeah, right. You don't have enough money for me to love you. Well, is that true? That's the truth. You Buffett? If you were Buffett, I would not be impressed. He's doing all the wrong things to me.
Master's not fazed by money.
I am.
No, you said...
you just don't have enough money to impress me, that's all.
What about Donald Trump?
Oh, Trump is an idiot. Oops, I'm losing some of my San Jose disciples. They're all Republicans up there. More or less. Huh? Is that true? Okay. So he's still. You cannot provoke him, slander him, scream at him, kiss up to him and see if he moves. Maybe a little. But he's relatively still while constantly contemplating this mind of his. He says, that's my mind right there. So that's why, what does it tell you? It tells you once he sees his mind, he doesn't run away to the wilderness and say, oh, I don't like you. You're so dirty. You wear dirty clothes. You don't smell right. You smell like onion and garlic from that restaurant. Okay? And so the stillness here doesn't count unless you are in the midst of chaos. You're surrounded by intellectuals, and yet you are without thought. And people around you are so excited, so excitable, and yet you are unconditioned. They're special people. That's why I told you. You have no idea what this is about. Okay. Next, Bodhisattva accumulation of wisdom.
慧积菩萨，
Okay, wisdom needs to be accumulated. Seriously? You think that after you become enlightened, you open your prajna wisdom, you still need to accumulate? Remember, he's way beyond us. No two ways about it. This is why we're learning about these people. We're learning about these people because it's not what we know. It's a different world. Okay? What does he do? He contemplates the real mark, accrue both knowledge, intelligence, and wisdom. This is interesting to me. Okay? He contemplates the real mark. What is real mark? Okay. If you're Hinayana people, I know you have no answer. I forgive you. What about the rest of you Mahayana people? Who's Mahayana? Speak up. See? Hinayana. Ha! One Mahayana person.
It's the same thing as Buddha nature?
Real mark is Buddha nature.
I think so.
Why would a Buddha nature need to have real mark?
I just thought they meant the same thing.
Maybe. I'm not saying yes. I'm not saying no either.
So, from a worldly perspective, these bodhisattvas seem to be very unproductive. All they do is focus on. All they do is focus on their true nature.
You talking to me?
I'm just pointing it out.
XQ2. Punch him. Hit him on the head and see if it helps. Maybe do a kick on the head. I think it's better. So unbuckle your legs slowly. And then twist your hip back a little. And then swing your hip forward. There you go. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's it. Slowly, slowly. Do a Shaolin kick. Like you are supposed to know, because you're Chinese. We're very racist, you know. Taekwondo kicks differently. Taekwondo. Yeah, Taekwondo. Would you like to try? Go ahead. What is this? Anyone else? Huh? Yes, in the back.
Master, in your Vajra Sutra, you say thật tướng là vô tướng mà không có gì mà không có tướng ở trong đó.
I'm waiting for translation. Yeah.
Master, in Vajra Sutra, you say true mark is no mark, but there's nothing that doesn't have a mark in it.
Very good. That's real mark. Okay. Then why does he need to contemplate real mark? Why does he need to contemplate real mark? What's the matter with him? When you think, you know it already. Real mark is no marks. But then it's nothing without marks. All right? That's the Mahayana wisdom. And why does he need to contemplate? Okay, your head's still working? Don't mess it up now.
Well, does he have to contemplate it because his false mind is berating him, so he has to bring himself back to the true mind?
What wisdom is there in berating yourself?
The false...
Self-defeating. I mean, why would you berate yourself? It sounds like something you do normally, but I don't think that's what they do. They don't berate themselves.
Well,
if you have wisdom, why would you berate yourself? That's hardly an act of wisdom, Don't you think? I mean, if you have wisdom, would you berate yourself? It's, I have wisdom already. How could I possibly need to berate myself?
Wouldn't it be the false mind that's berating? Because the true mind is already very peaceful, like how it was in the slide before. Once he opened up to his true mind.
Can I speak? No. Anyone else? Huh? You're the only one who dares come, and the rest of them are just Hinayana people. Yes, 7. You have nothing to add. Yeah, when talk to real Mark and stuff. Yeah, I have no idea. Yes, 7.
Master, is it to accumulate more wisdom? It's not enough at that level?
Yeah, it's right here. What is the matter with you? It's right there. The answer is right in front of your eyes. I told you, I read it already. Contemplate real Mark to accrue both knowledge, intelligence, and wisdom. It's right there on the slide. The point is that after you have practiced wisdom, you need to take a step further, and in order to accrue both knowledge, intelligence, and wisdom. You don't stop there. There's still a lot of work left to do. So much more work. The real work only begins after you become enlightened. Yes, you can imagine, he's extremely, extremely busy. So what are we talking about? Accrue both knowledge, intelligence, and wisdom. What are we? What is it about? Yes, 3.
Master, is it about the accruing the wisdom in order to help others?
Correct.
At a higher level.
Correct. But what is really going on? Anyone? He's being trained. What kind of training? He's giving assignments. When you're capable, then you're given assignments, important assignments, big problems to solve. You don't just say, I have wisdom now, okay, so I sit here and I'm, what the heck am I going to do with my life? Huh? Once you become like, what are you going to do with your life? You be say, okay, I retire, go to the Bahamas, take a vacation in Cinque Terre, in Italy, go to La Pêche in Paris. Huh? You're giving assignments, you're giving tasks, you're giving big problems to solve, which require you to acquire more knowledge, develop your intelligence, worldly intelligence. Why we're talking about worldly intelligence? You need intelligence in order to work with others who have no wisdom. Is that clear? What intelligence are we talking about? Is wisdom enough for you to build a bridge? No. Wisdom is just a general. Intelligent knowledge is what? The specifics. Okay? Knowledge of physics, knowledge of engineering, knowledge of programming, knowledge of AI. So you think after you acquire wisdom, you retire? No, you work harder. You acquire more knowledge. You acquire more intelligence. And this is how you increase your wisdom. Is it clear? And that only happens because you're given assignments. You're given problems to solve. You say, go, build me a bridge. Go. Like masteryonghua, go, bring Mahayana from China to the US. Establish it. So it took him 50 years to do it. Now he's dead. So you learn how to do it for 50 years. That's what he's talking about. Accumulation of wisdom. You accumulate by solving problems. You don't accumulate by sitting there and think. More commentaries. What's the contemplation of the real mark? To know all dharmas as they truly are. He's no longer fooled by appearances. Okay? And what is this knowledge, intelligence, and wisdom? Has two parts. The receiving and the use of the Dharma joy, the joy that arises from using the Dharma. Number two, the bringing up to maturity living beings. Okay, and so that's why what knowledge and intelligence is about. Okay, will give rise to these two things. You receive and use the Dharma, and that brings a joy. It's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be depressing. You feel depressed because there's something wrong with you. Number two, and they learn how to bring living beings to maturity. Okay, so part of the problem is to help living beings reach maturity. Okay, unfold their wisdom and attain great benefits. Any questions about this? So the basis of this work is to benefit living beings, not to benefit themselves. They're not so absorbed, say, I need to go on vacation, I need to go there, I need to do this, I need to do that for myself. No, they don't need to go on vacation. They don't need to go anywhere in order to find meaning in their lives. Their lives is that they derive joy from the Dharma itself. They don't need to eat. They don't need new clothes. They don't need new restaurants and boba teas and so forth. Okay? In order to have meaning in life, or have fun in life. And they are constantly trying to help living beings unfold their wisdom. Any questions about that? And bottom line, for living beings to have the wisdom or maturing the good roots is that living beings attain great benefits. At the end of the day, they ask themselves, did I bring great benefits to living beings? It's a different metrics here. They don't count in terms of how many disciples they have. I have 28. How about you? Never thought when I first started 20 years ago there would be 28 people going on 30. Scary thought. Anyone in San Jose tired of their secular life, would like to leave the home life? And renounce your Republican roots and affiliation? And see how much wisdom you have? No? Liang, there you go. How about Chung? The unmarried one. Why is it all the girls have wisdom and the boys have none? Except for a few. All right, any questions? Okay. Next, Bodhisattva, supreme treasure.
宝胜菩萨
Okay, commentary slide. What is the supreme treasure? Contemplation of the proper is a treasure of expedience. Okay, so they do the proper contemplation. What is the proper contemplation? You practice according to the rules, following the rules, following the instructions of your good knowing advisor. Okay, that's called contemplating the proper. Yes, 3.
Master, I had a question about the last slide about benefiting living beings. Does that mean they teach the living beings chan or recitation for the benefits?
It's not necessarily teaching. It's about doing things to bring great benefits to living beings. Okay, it could be building a new model of AI that requires 50% less compute power. That would benefit a tremendous amount of living beings. Okay, whatever it takes to bring great benefits to living beings, that's what they do. It's not only restricted to teaching. It's by actually doing things that bring great benefits. Okay, for example, the bodhisattvas, they, like Master Shenhua, he would, when he was alive, he would have this white canopy, okay, in his temples. That's why his disciples are under protection. People who go there, it's a safe haven for people. Okay, when outside of from under that canopy, white canopy, then you are subject to a lot of dangers, a lot of uncertainty. Whereas when you go get under, then you have the chance to see clearly. Okay, and that's why he specialized in mantras. One of his big contribution is that he provided protection. which wasn't there before. What people don't realize, and now people are beginning to see that, is after Master Hsien was gone, the protection is not there anymore at his temples. When he was alive, there's no that many cases of crazy people. Now it's chaos.
That made me just think of something like how you said before about there's less earthquakes in California because of
That's protection.
spiritual.
That extends beyond his temples. That is because you don't realize that if there's a quake, the quake doesn't stop at the boundary of his temples. You're going to shake his temples, and it's going to be offensive to him. That's why they don't dare shake it. Okay? And so that's a form of benefiting living beings. Just for being there, it drives away these calamities, these natural disasters. Wherever he set up a temple, there's no earthquakes, no calamities. And actually, not just that, the economy thrived. It is said in the Buddhist scripture, Buddhist literature, if you have a fourth-stage arhat, wherever he is, the economy, the area thrives. And we're talking way beyond a fourth-stage arhat. Okay, so that means that the area influence, the affected area is much bigger. The multiplier is much, much bigger than a fourth-stage arhat, clearly. All right? And so that's what they do. These people do it constantly. We're looking at scale here. We're not looking at small things anymore. They're no longer dealing with things that we understand at all. It's much broader of a picture. Okay, what is the supreme treasure in Buddhism? Is expedience. Why is it expedient, the supreme treasure? Because the bodhisattvas are in the business of helping living beings, and the only way to help living beings is to use expedience. Why is that? I told you, if you knew what I'm doing, I can't help you. They all have to use expedience because we are so caught up in ourselves. We think we are so special. We don't listen anymore. Okay? So they have to resort to things that appeal to us in order to help us. So you see, the Mahasattvas have a lot more experience than the low-level bodhisattvas. All right? And they are much far greater value than gems themselves. I always chuckle. And yesterday, I went to his funeral service, and I apologized to them. I said, I apologize to you. Your eldest son is supposed to be here, but I sent him away to work. It's my fault that he's not here. For the Asian culture, it's a big deal. The eldest son is the main person for these events. He's sort of like the leader for the family, and everything has to go through him. And yet I sent him away. I said, I did that because I looked at his dad and realize that Dad is in a Pureland already, so he doesn't need to be there anymore. Okay? And people think it's a casual thing, as if monks have a habit of saying you're in a Pureland, he's not in a Pureland, and so forth. Okay? How many people would dare say those things? Because monks who say those things and repeatedly, and it's not true, that monk will go to hell for sure. It ain't worth it, let me tell you. Okay, how much is that worth? After you die, you see that it's extremely uncomfortable, extremely painful for 49 days. Right now, you have your limbs. Right now, when you're hungry, you can eat. When you're thirsty from MSG, that's food that's served to you, you can take a drink of water. But if you're a ghost, like the way you are after you die, and your family members feed you some food that has a lot of MSG, you eat it and you become so thirsty. It's very painful for you because it activates your thirst. Okay? At that time, you think your fortune that you amassed before that can help you? No, can't help you. So all these gems, all the worldly possessions you have are meaningless. They can't help you after you die. Or, as I said, as my disciples say, after you pass away. And they tell me, Master passed away. He sat behind, we're driving, he sat in the back seat, and he passed away. Anyway, you see, so the money, all the cryptos, all the precious gems gonna help you. Okay, even rich people right now, they may have money, but they cannot deal with their illnesses. What good is money when you're dying of cancer? So you're right there, you see the limitation of worldly possessions, that alone. And the next level up is that in order for you to put an end to the suffering, because all worldly approaches is to give you a temporary relief. What the bodhisattvas do is give you permanent relief. And that's what they need to use, expedience. Hinayana people, they only measure the results by worldly things. And you can count with your fingers. You can touch. Expedience is invisible. You can wrap your arms around it. That's wisdom, not Hinayana stuff. Wake up. Bodhisattva Heavenly King.
天王菩萨
252. What does he do? Why is it called Heavenly King? He attained the heaven of the primary principle, and therefore has a self-mastery of a king. So, what is the heaven of primary principle? He says here, according to the research, D.E.E. Tien, heaven of primary principles. This is D.E. is that the ultimate principles, the all dharma's true insignificant nature is what? Empty. Everything is empty. including you, including your wealth, including your family, including everything you have, is empty. That's the truth. That's the ultimate truth. Okay? And once you penetrate this ultimate principle, then you have attained self-mastery, like a king. A king has self-mastery because he does as he pleases, like a king in a household. You know, like the head of a household usually is a man. He does as he pleases. He goes to work and has kowtow to the boss, and whether it's a woman or a man, he goes home, I'm the king now. He breathes fire, and the wife, has to kowtow to him. Okay? And that's what happens to a typical household, The husband is a king, except in some women case. Okay? And especially in my generation, the man is the king of the household. You don't contradict him. If you make him lose face, I was rebelling against my father, he beat me up immediately, and no one raised an eyebrow. He broke a branch thick on my back and said, how dare you make me lose face. Whack! And broke it in half. I didn't realize that I had kung fu back then. But to me, it's so funny looking back on how the families are structured. And the man is the king of the household. And what's amazing is that the king has no wisdom whatsoever. He doesn't deserve to be a king. Whereas here in Buddhism, you are a king because you have wisdom. You're not impressed. How much money is that? It's not enough Bitcoins to measure it. How is that? Bitcoin is now over 100,000. Do you know that? Do you invest? Anyway, I regret not buying Bitcoin. Okay. Got that? So the next bodhisattva is bodhisattva, annihilator of demons.
坏魔菩萨，
Huai mo. Okay? It's interesting. The word here is huai. Okay? It's destroy. Bring destruction to the demons. What does he do? He contemplates the nature of the mind, and because he can look at his true mind, he can destroy the two extremes and the 8 demons. Whatever Master Tutor means 8 demons, I could not find 8 demons in my sources, my resources. I could only find 10 demons. So I list them out for you. I'm sure the 10 demons include the 8 demons. Okay, what are the 10 demons? The 5 skandha demons. Okay, the demons who specialize in confusing you, in leading you astray through your 5 skandhas. Now the demon, the affliction demons. If you are afflicted often, then you are possessed by a demon. Are you okay, Andres? Okay. Not afflicted? Okay. Karma demons. Okay. What are karma demons? What are karma demons? Now, Xin, do you have a photo that you took of me recently? Can you load it up? I want to show you what a karma demon, what it can do to you. Can you find it? Okay. Load it. You're probably wondering, what kind of karma demon can possess Master? Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. I want you to guess what kind of karma demon this is. Got it? Okay, loading. Okay, my first sip of tea. Land of the Week? What a title. I wonder which country that is. What kind of karma demon is this? Andres, it should be right at the tip of your tongue. 5.
You look great. I don't see any demons there.
Liar. You're breaking precepts. Repent. Anyone else? What karma demon is this? Martina.
I don't know, Master, but he's tiny, is small. For sure. A little rascal.
Jesse, you must know this.
Back pain?
Back pain. Boring guy. How come Caucasian is so boring? Yes, 3.
Esther, it looks like you're not wearing the precept sash like the way it's supposed to be worn. I don't know. The worst.
SQ2, kick him. Jesus. Anyone else? Jeez. Daniel, he must know. You don't know? Fentanyl demon. You say, of course. Okay, thank you. Okay, there. I go back to the slide. Karma demons is the demons who make you create karmas. Okay, so for example, the drug demons will make you take drugs. The gambling demons will make you gamble if you're an Asian man. Okay, what about mind demons? All sorts of mind demons that mess up your mind. Okay, what about death demons? They bring death to you. Okay, heavenly demons, your best friend. Just oh yeah. Yeah. The heavenly demons are the ones that induce you to indulge yourself in pleasures, which ultimately bring destruction to you and your family and your work. Heavenly demons are very, very dangerous. They destroy at a big scale. They are responsible for the demise of Buddhism, by the way. Okay. Losing good roots demons. Any comment about this? Obvious, isn't it? Samadhi demons. What are samadhi demons? Vietnam people know it very well. They go crazy from practicing samadhi. Oops, I shouldn't be laughing. Good knowing advisor demons. Oh, really? I met some of them at my master's temples, by the way. They are good knowing advisor demons. Why? They are stingy at giving the Dharma. They only give the Dharma in exchange for some real benefits to themselves. When you have the Dharma, you're supposed to give it out freely, without hesitation. These people use the Dharma to calculate to their advantage. Okay? And that's the final thing that's kind of funny, is not knowing the proper Dharma demons at the 10th type of demon. Okay? What does it mean? They're best friends with Republicans. Who else? Yeah. Any comment? Clarification from up north? Okay, so those are the demons, okay? And so this Bodhisattva specializes in destroying demons. The demons are scared of him. All the demons are scared of him, meaning that he can recognize all the various types of demons, with all the 10 types of demons here. He recognizes them, and he can actually destroy them, meaning that you run into demonic issues, you can seek him out for help. So those of you, for example, in Vietnam, who practice demonic, demonic states, you can pray to this Bodhisattva, annihilator of demons, you probably can recover. Because that's what he specializes in doing. Questions and comments? Okay, I think. Bodhisattva lightning-like virtue.
电德菩萨，
Interesting name. Lightning-like virtue. What does he do? He, upon seeing the middle way, he quickly realizes the three virtues. The three virtues are Dhamma body virtue, Prajna virtue, and liberation virtue. So, upon becoming enlightened, seeing the middle way is becoming enlightened. Okay? He quickly realizes the three virtues of Dhamma body, Prajna, and liberation. I think we talked about the three liberations somewhere recently. Okay? So that's not going to it. You can check on that lecture. And he realizes the three virtues, just like seeing lightning at night, you immediately see the way. Okay? And so by realizing these three virtues, okay, he actually are helping a lot of people see the way. I didn't realize that if your virtues can help people see the way. Does it make sense to you? Is it intuitively sensible to you? That you're a virtuous person, you can help people see the way. But his is special, and he is so powerful. His virtue is so tremendous that you immediately see the way. That's talking about power. You know, like yesterday, you know, during this funeral service here, the first thing we did was to, of course, spread the spiritual sand. I said, okay, let's express the sand. Okay, it's a Mickey Mouse thing. Okay, and then we did the Sa Jing, the purifying the boundaries, where we go through that Dharma of purifying the boundaries. So we walked around reciting the Tabejo, okay, Great Compassion Mantra. And I don't know the rest of them realized that, but as soon we recited 3 times, okay, the whole area became peaceful by a factor of 3 at least. Anyone who was there see any difference? It's as if all the troublemakers, this is a funeral home, it has plenty of ghosts and demons. It's their territory. You walk in there, you walk into trouble. Okay? And when we purified it, they just disappeared. All the troublemakers ran away. Isn't it beautiful? That's just like that. Anyone? Or is it just my imagination? Okay. And so this is a power of virtue. It's interesting that when you accrue virtues, the 3 types of virtues, virtue of prajna, virtue of Dhamma body, meaning that you have to be advanced, you have to be a Mahasattva, and you have the virtue of liberation, meaning that you have no affliction whatsoever. When people around you are afflicted, you're not. Okay? It helps people open their wisdom. It's interesting. It's like helping and not helping. Questions? Bodhisattva, king of self-mastery.
自在王菩萨，
Okay. 258. Attain the nature of the true self towards all Dharma, have self-mastery like a king. Okay? In Buddhism, we don't talk about freedom. We don't talk about independence. We talk about self-mastery. Self-mastery is that you're perfectly happy by yourself. You need nothing. So this morning we talked about it. Talked about the fact that when you have this joy here through cultivation, you don't need anything else. It's a form of self-mastery. Another aspect of self-mastery is that you have all the joys in the world. Okay? And you have total self-mastery like a king. Okay? Towards all dharmas have self-mastery. What does it mean, towards all dharmas have self-mastery? It's clear, isn't it? What is it then? 5.
You don't get swayed by the things you see in life.
Like what? Can you give me something that concrete? All things you see in life. It's so abstract. This is not an abstract class. This is meat and potatoes, man.
Yeah. Money. You see money, it doesn't...
What about money? How much money are we talking about?
$1,000? $2,000?
Excuse me?
It's a good it's a good amount. 10,000? Let's say $10,000. $20,000.
20,000. That's as high he's gonna go. Okay, 20,000. Okay. What kind of car do you drive?
Worth less than 20,000.
That's why 20,000. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the self-mastery would mean if you saw the 20,000, you wouldn't think of it as you wouldn't create a lot of like idealization around it because you don't really need it because you're already happy on the inside.
No, not true. You don't understand this concept of self-mastery at all. Anyone else? Explain to me self-mastery towards all dharmas. Anyone? It's not 20,000. Yes, 9. What is self-mastery towards all dharmas?
Dạ, con nghĩ trong nhà Phật thường hay nói cái câu mà tự tại viên dung. Nghĩa là nó cũng không, cái đó nó cũng không phải là sự an lạc của thế gian, mà cái đó chỉ có các vị nào mà chứng nhận được cái tâm của mình, cái chân tâm của mình rồi thì sẽ thấy tự tại, không có bị một cái vướng bận của cái thế gian nào hết thì là tự tại. Con nghĩ vậy.
Hello, Master. I think that in Buddhism, there's a saying that self-mastery perfectly penetrated. That is not the list of the worldly. It is those who attain or realize the true mind. They themselves will see self-mastery. It is like they are not attached, they're not stuck by the worldly things. That is how we call it, the self-mastery. This is what I think.
Let me give you an example. What is self-mastery towards your wife? The example, money didn't quite work. Let me try a woman.
everything that.
Yes, 5, not a single person.
Got an example last week. Someone cussed me out driving out there in traffic, and I didn't react to it. It didn't bother me. And then I was walking down the street, and someone cussed me out like 2 days later, and it didn't bother me. So that's one example. 2 examples.
Did you do what Master Hua taught us in my generation? He says, when someone curses at you, think of it as Greek, Japanese. So he teaches the Caucasians, like Alex would like to do, by fooling themselves. All the curse words are actually Greek. It's self-delusion, isn't it? And amazingly, all the white boys never complain about it. I always say, oh, aren't you teaching me to delude myself? It only adds to my delusions. Yes, 7.
Sorry, Master. So there was from YouTube comment. JB says self-mastery towards any dharma means having complete control of dharma in all situations, all the time, without limits.
Very good. So, for example, self-mastery towards women. Give me just an example. Just don't give me words. Just give me an example like self-mastery towards your wife. Anyone?
Master, when a man knows what a woman likes, wants, when, and how.
Let's not go there. This woman is so bad. Okay. Except for that example, any other example. Daniel, what's self-mastery towards girlfriend? What does your Catholic upbringing tell you? Self-mastery.
If she screams at me, I just ignore her or just not talk back to her.
How often does she scream at you?
Often.
Often. You do have self-mastery. Anyone else? Yes, the girlfriend. It's back and forth to these people.
For Master. Yesterday's talk, you were talking about 消融, or is it this morning? And then now you talk about self-mastery, the same thing. So I just went out for lunch with a very VIP person, lady, and I was driving her, and I got yelled as soon as I got close to the parking for not parking a good parking, missing the parking, not parking closer, etc. And she was super, super afflicted. And then she wanted me to park on a parking that's
Okay, don't go there. That's what the omen says.
Oh, okay. So she wanted me to park a parking that was very small, and I didn't want to get my car scratched or any, car issue. So she was really afflicted.
Are you like the many Asian women here in our area where you carry an illegal handicap parking sticker? So that on the weekends you go to these Asian shopping center and you park in a handicap slot so that you don't have to walk very far? Yes, okay.
So my question is, I could not maybe take care of my own affliction. How do I get self-mastery for that VIP lady not to get afflicted?
I'm still talking about girlfriend and boyfriend here. Okay? I don't care for Asian afflicted women. It's too complicated. It's something, not something I can win. Okay, anyone, give an example of self-mastery towards that important person, woman. Northern California is rebelling against me today, and no one is participating. Yes, in the back.
Master, there is a wise man, I think it's circulating around YouTube, and he said that men always have the last word, and it is yes, honey.
So cynical. What's mastery towards woman?
Thế nào gọi là
Huh? Yes, too.
Amitabha, Master. Thank you. How about as seeing strength in sacrifice?
No, boring. I want something more substantial, something more that all of you hear, say, of course. What's self-mastery towards woman? Huh? What is it? 9. Huh?
Dạ thưa thầy, con nghĩ
See, Master Z is in Italy right now. To talk like this.
Tự tại là giống như con thí dụ là chồng con đi chùa nhiều ông không thích, con làm việc giống như là không phải là ông không làm nhưng mà mình làm nhiều quá thì ông không thích làm việc thiện hay là gì đại khái vậy đó. Nhưng mà con giống như kiểu kệ ông đi. Có nghĩa là con vẫn cứ làm tại vì con biết được cái đó là cái sự lợi ích cho cái bản thân của con và lợi ích cho mọi người, tất cả cho mọi người. Đi chùa để
Very good.
Dạ, cho nên con tự tại con không care about him. Dạ.
Excellent, yeah.
Hello, Master. Self-mastery to me, for example, my husband doesn't want me to go too much to the temple. He doesn't like, not that he doesn't like, but he doesn't like the fact that I spend too much time at the temple. So I just ignore him, and I think that what I do is to benefit myself and everybody around. So I think that is self-mastery, is that I don't care about what he says.
I admit to you, the women pick it up much faster than my boys. What can I do? Okay? What is mastery towards woman? Let me give you the answer. Mastery toward woman is when you become a monk. San Jose people, do you get it? Okay, enough joking around, okay? Yes, one.
It's a really quick question, Master, from Vicky Sprout. Amitabha Master, I'll be going to a mortuary next week for my
Oh no.
for my cousin's ceremony. Is there anything should say or do so I don't have to worry about anything? I don't want to cause problems. Thank you.
I have no idea. What you Catholics do is beyond me. It's funny. You don't realize, the Catholics don't realize that they'll do these things and the ghosts jump on them and then ride them. Hey, horsey, horsey, horsey! Yeah. Blissfully ignorant. I have no idea how you Christians have to handle it, okay? I'm sorry I can't help. Okay, towards all Dharma have self-mastery. What does it really mean? It means that you're not afflicted towards all Dharmas, towards anything. How is it possible? Huh? Self-mastery is that no matter what you do, you yell at me, I'm not afflicted. I'm not afflicted. Okay? You are nonchalant, I'm not afflicted. Nothing afflicts him. Okay? How is it possible besides shaving your head? Huh? Yes, 3.
He's seen it all.
What?
He has seen it all.
Seen it all. You think it's possible? That you never say that if you're a man. Because women always come up with something you haven't thought of. Let me tell you, my experience has been, I'm 70 years old now, almost 70 years old. You never can count on seeing it all from them. Anyone? How can you not be afflicted by anything? How is it possible? Hey, time is up. Better hurry up. I can't fool around with you much longer. Yes, 9.
Dạ con nghĩ là có cái câu chuyện hồi đó của Đức Phật á, hồi đó lúc mà thầy đi khất thực có nhiều người mắng thầy, mắng ngài, la ngài, xong rồi cái ông đó nói là tại sao mà tôi chửi ông, tôi nói ông mà ông không có hề giận dữ hay là sân si. Rồi ngài nói thí dụ như ông cho tôi một món quà đi, mà tôi không có nhận cái món quà đó, vậy thì cái món quà đó về ai? Dạ thì con nghĩ vậy. Dạ.
Hello, Master. So I have related to a story that during the Buddha was alive. At that time, he went on rounds, and there was often encountered a lot of people yell at him, scolded him, but so he do nothing. And then there was a guy say, "How come I yell at you, but I don't see that you seems not to be angry at all?" And the Buddha said, for example, if somebody give you a gift and you don't take it, so where would the gift be?
That's for Hinayana people, honey. Don't bring it up in Mahayana temples. It's a Hinayana example, Hinayana teaching. Okay? He explains it only to those people. It makes sense to them. But it's nonsense to me. Okay? You see, Buddha is very two-faced. When you're stupid, he talks stupid to you. Yes, 1.
From YouTube, there are several comments. Ru Jing, keep your cool, no affliction, no matter what she says or does. Shirley Zhao, by being not attached to anything. Diego, Amitofo Master, because he sees everything as empty, so no affliction arise.
That's right. That's enough. Don't go further. Time is up. Okay? Yes, go for us. Quickly. Is a woman now? Woman coming up, wait for a minute for us to ignore woman?
Thank you, Master. I have the same answer with Diego. It's the emptiness.
That's
so
right.
You see everything.
Woman is always dangerous. Okay? That's correct. Okay? The only way for you to have self-mastery, don't be like Master Yongcha this morning. It says, when someone yells at me, I think of it as sweet dew. Sweet dew? Is sweet dew empty? No, it isn't. The guy is bragging. You guys don't understand. For us professionals, look at that. Say what? You can fool kids and Republicans, but you cannot fool us Democrats. Okay? If you see as sweet dew, you are still attached to sweet dew. For you to have self-mastery towards all dharmas, towards everything, the only way possible is that you look at everything as empty. Empty, 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 empty. But empty, okay, empty, no problem. You got that? Okay? The only way for you to be able to put things down is look at your true nature as empty. Everything is ultimately empty. If you see beyond the exteriors, you see that the intrinsic nature of things is empty. Therefore, there's no point in being attached. And that's true wisdom. And that's called self-mastery. Okay? Nothing afflicts you. Okay? So for him, Yung Cha this morning would say, someone slanders me, insults me, and look, it's like sweet dew, so sweet to him. Instead of being bitter about it, he says, I feel it's so sweet of you to slander me. It's self-delusion. It's nonsense. It's Hinayana crap. Okay? Yes, go forth.
We cannot hear you. Go first.
She's probably empty.
It's what we were saying, seeing everything as empty, the same thing as seeing everything as wonderful.
Yes, absolutely. It's truly wonderful only because you can put it down. If you cannot put it down, it cannot be wonderful. Have you thought about it? No, not so. I don't mean to ask you to go forth. You have a hard time today already. But the rest of you here, you understand? I remind you, this is why in Mahayana is fascinating. You cannot put things down unless you see they're wonderful as well. That's why you can put it down. Think about it. We stop here today. Thank you, everyone.